Good. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to take a moment and welcome everyone to the Green Lake Township Emergency Services Facility groundbreaking ceremony. My name is Judith Kramer, and I'm the clerk at Green Lake Township. We're glad that everybody came out on this beautiful day. We would wish it was a little bit warmer, but we'll make it through it. I just wanted to let everyone know that I myself am elated that we are finally moving forward with this facility. It's been a long time coming for Green Lake Township. A lot of hard work has been put into it, and we wanted to thank all of the residents of Green Lake Township for making our dream become a reality. I'd also like to say a special thank you to Rose Cornelli. Rose passed away back in 1995, but she did a substantial donation to Green Lake Township Fire Department. So thank you to her for starting the account so that we could start this project. So I'm not going to talk very long because I know everybody's cold. So what I'd like to do is take a moment to introduce which board members are here for today. If you guys want to step forward and I'll introduce you.
How far forward? Jeez.
Come on, Pat.
Andy dropped his
Most of you know Marv Radke is the supervisor at Green Lake Township. Andy Merrick is one of our new members at Green Lake Township, and he's the treasurer. We have Dave Viganowski, who's one of our trustees, and Pat McDonald, who is one of our trustees. And then I'd also like to bring forward Chief Daryl Case, Assistant Chief Mike Stinson, and also Captain Doug Fack. So most of you know, I'm sure, Daryl Case, who is our chief. Assistant Chief is Mike Stinson, and then Captain Doug Fack. Thank you, guys. I'd also like to shout out to the Green Lake Township staff that is here, and also to all the Green Lake Township Emergency Services staff that is here. Thank you for all the great work that you do. Very excited that we're going to be able to get this building started and give you a place to live where you can grow into. So what I'm going to do is I'll start out by introducing our first speaker for today is going to be Marv Radke, supervisor at Green Lake Township.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. Before I begin, I would like to ensure Trustee Baganowski and the rest of the board and staff that I would try to keep my speech short and not get into the weeds. In fact, I did take notes, so I'm hoping that my speech is not too long. Thank you and welcome everyone to this happy and humbling occasion in Interlochen. I have had the pleasure of serving as your township supervisor since 2016, and I was a trustee from 2000 to 2016. I want to thank all the partners who have collaborated and contributed to bring us to this milestone. The Green Lake Township residents for voting this bond in so our emergency services crew could learn and respond in a facility that ordains them. Mrs. Cornelli and Cornelli Family Trust for their donation that Judy's already mentioned, the staff, the board members, Green Lake Emergency Services Director Daryl Case, and all of our responders. Police and Vandenbrink and the construction managers and all the contractors who did actually bid on our project. They were kind of high, they sharpened their pencils, and they treated us very well afterwards. There's a lot of partners over a long timeline, especially if you consider the township board had the vision and foresight to begin this process by acquiring the piece of property that the structure is going to be on about 14 years ago. This process has evolved over nearly 2 decades that we are about to kick off today. Over the past 5 years, we as a township have made significant investments in public safety by adding more firefighters, EMTs, and advanced life support enhancements, and our paramedics. Investing in cutting-edge technology and providing state-of-the-art training, not to mention that the Interlochen Center of the Arts, I believe they're there in the front row to the right, have also committed funds for our community police officer, which has been a huge benefit to our community as a whole. We are working hard to enhance the quality of life for people from all walks of life, at all stages of life, and all abilities. The Emergency Services Facility will be the new home of Station 4. While this is a new building for our responders, it's also a place where enhanced services for our residents, along with the expansion of the station to include more bays for specialized equipment. There will be also a community room and classroom activities for free blood pressure checks, wellness checks. The station will also include areas for responder relaxation with different lighting to promote natural sleep rhythms. Physical, mental, and skill training features are another highlight of the station. The new public facility will replace Station 4, which was built somewhere in the 1978 era. It was started in one part, and one part was left idle for a year, then it was completed, then another addition's been on, so there's 3 different structures here at one time. Station 4 has been home to some of the best team of paramedics, EMTs, and firefighters, and has provided our community with the highest quality service. I am proud of the tradition and commitment to continuing providing the highest level of service to our community. Thank you all to have made this possible today.
Very good, Dave.
Next up, I'd like to introduce Chief Daryl Case.
Good afternoon. Thanks everybody for being here. My name is Daryl Case. I'm the Emergency Services Director and Fire Chief for Green Lake Township. I'm one of the new people here. I've only been up in my position for about 6 months. However, I started here about 29 years ago when I first got on with Grand Traverse Rural Fire and first got my EMT training. I started with Green Lake Township, so it's kind of back to where I began. So I started in the station. Happy to have Assistant Chief Stinson that has been here longer than I have and been in the station the whole time and can remember the old station that was here. So it's awesome to have him here and going to be, getting into the new station. So I really appreciate that. So I'd like to thank you all for being here today. This groundbreaking ceremony today represents a monumental step forward for this community. The residents and taxpayers have expressed their support of the Emergency Services Department and staff by funding this new building, and we're very appreciative. As the department has grown and added services that we provide, like our advanced life support paramedics, we've transitioned to 24-hour staffing. So, a lot of facilities or a lot of departments over the region don't have staff there 24 hours. So when the station was designed and built, the forethought was there was enough volunteers back then to not have staff. Emergency times weren't tracked and looked at, and the expedient response, we're just happy to have some response. And as our communities, as we've grown, those are commitments that the residents have wanted. They want timely service and professional people to respond. And we've transitioned from those volunteer roles that still were trained appropriately, but we're asking more out of them now. So this new facility is built and designed to house those folks and their equipment. So our current station has been severely lacking in space and facilities to be efficient as what we want it to be. So this new station will allow us to provide education for our first responders and to the community, like CPR, first aid, stop the bleed, those type of programs that we can give back to the taxpayers. We will have dedicated fitness space that will allow our first responders to maintain their fitness and to be fit for duty. There will be sufficient space for report writing, documentation of our patient care that we've provided, as well as office space for our command staff. The facilities will be appropriate for our 24-hour staffing, including kitchen, dining, day rooms. We'll have dedicated disinfecting, decontamination areas and equipment that will allow for removing contaminants and carcinogens from our turnout gear. We'll also have a SCBA fill station compressor, whereas as now we utilize our neighboring departments that are gracious enough to allow us to come to their facilities and use their compressor and their fill stations. However, it takes our responders out of our community where they're not available. We'll have storage space and equipment for our medical supplies off the apparatus floor. We'll have sufficient sleeping quarters for the duty crew and fire suppression in that sleeping area that meet current standards. Our apparatus bay will have appropriate access to all emergency vehicles and allow for appropriate inspections, maintenance, restocking. And the apparatus bay will allow for full egress for all of our emergency vehicles, whereas now we have to move trucks if we want certain vehicles out of the station. For many first responders, their station becomes their home away from home. I have no doubt that our new facilities will aid Green Lake Township Emergency Services to recruit new first responders and to show the community support to our current staff and their families. We ask a lot of our first responders, and the last year has been very challenging at times for our community, and this groundbreaking is a sign of growth and progress for Green Lake Township. As well as Supervisor Radke mentioned, the Cornelli Family Trust is also years ago gave money with the forethought of the station, so we'd like to support them and thank them for that. And once again, thanks everybody for being here.
Next up is Ben Clatter from Police in Vandenbrink.
So I will also keep this short because it is very cold, but my name is Ben Clatter. I'm an engineer with Police in Vandenbrink Engineering. I'm also a township resident. My wife and 5 kids and I live about 5 miles south of here. We moved to Green Lake Township back in 2013 and really enjoyed being a part of this area. We live here. My kids are involved in this area. Youth baseball, we use the township park frequently, and then attending things at the township or the fire station here, the holiday events and the emergency services days at Tom's. So we really enjoy being invested in this community. Not only is it great to live here, but it's also really an honor to be part of this project, not just being a resident, but also an engineer and a project manager. The first time I took my kids here to a holiday party, I didn't realize that I'd be a part of this project, and it's really been a great experience and an honor. As Daryl mentioned, as Chief Case mentioned, and Marv mentioned, it's project's been a long time in the coming, over 20 years. My involvement started back in 2017 when we began working with the township on master planning. Really listening into the needs of the community and the township, and really hearing what the biggest needs and challenges were. And the township really left no stone unturned. The team really looked outside the box at all options, including remodeling the existing building, other sites, and really just came back to the conclusion that this was the site that made the most sense, which kind of led to engineering and financial planning for the building, which leads us into construction, which is why we're here today. So as a resident, I'd just like to thank Emergency Services for the great service that they've been giving our community over the years. As Chief Case mentioned, there's been a lot of challenges with this current building. And you serve us well despite all those challenges, and we appreciate all you do, and it's not gone unnoticed. I'd also like to take a minute to thank the Township Board. Many of the board members have been involved for many years, and really worked hard to use resources wisely and made good choices with the best interest of the township residents in mind. So we thank you for that. Just like there's been physical challenges with the building, there's been challenges that the Township Board has overcome, like building a new building in a pandemic. So it's been great working with everyone over the past 4 years, and look forward to a great project. So I guess in summary, one of the best things of my career is to be able to be part of a hardworking team like this, and really making an impact and seeing changes right in my own backyard. So I'm excited for this project. I'm excited for Green Lake Emergency Services to have a great new building and something that we can all be proud of. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, I do know that we have some of the dignitaries here. Anybody want to speak?
I got a little bit of a car lag. I came right from Lansing here, so I'm proud to be here. Thank you so much, guys. About a month ago, I visited with Green Lake Township and saw the vision of this building that was going to occur. Really impressed. I think it's just a lot of hard work you guys have put in, I'm sure, to get to this point. Any way that the state and myself can be helpful. We have talked about some of your issues with some of the vehicles and different things that are needed for the township, so I'm happy to be a partner. I'll keep it real short because it's a little cooler than I expected. I really want to be a partner with you guys, and anything you guys need, Marv Radke, your supervisor, will reach out to me and we will get it done. So congratulations, guys. Great day for all of you.
Anybody else? Alrighty, then if everybody is all set, then the next thing we'll do is we'll head on to doing the groundbreaking ceremony.
Chief Case, Mr. Stinson, Mr. Fack.
And while we're trying to get this organized for this groundbreaking, so it looks good, there is some water, some pop, and some snacks up here. Come up here and feel free to help yourself. Again, thank you to you all for coming. Thank you.
All right, next thing, just put one of your right foot or your left, whatever, just put it on it. Look up a little bit, look like you're happy.
Happy, and you know what? Clap your
Then we're
hands.
going to ask you to go down and get some dirt.
Put a little weight on it.
All right, lift it up. Show me what you got. Oh, wait, all right, hold on. Somebody got concrete? Wait, there, wait,
He found it stumped.
lift it up a little bit, look over this way.
Make sure your husband doesn't.
And then the last thing we'd ask you is just put it back down. Okay, look over here. Right behind you. All right, put a foot on it. Look up. All right, pick something up. Have you done this before? All right, look up. Look up a little bit, everybody. Oh, whoa, small portion.
And I'll show everybody else.
We don't need the excavator.
Typical captain.
Doug gets a overachiever.
Thank you.
That's what I was trying to
All right, put it down. Put a foot on it. You guys already put a foot on it. Put a foot. Everybody put their foot on it.
Yeah, oh, back.
You happy?
You were before me.
Hey, go ahead and dig something.
Yeah, you were before me.
And we're backwards.
So how,
Keep lifting it up so everybody's in the pose. Come on, Scott. Rookie. All right. I think that's good. Oh! All right, put a foot on the shovel.
30,000 students. Yeah, USDA. So, yeah, that's the
All right, go ahead and dig something. Lift it up. Oh, Judy's coming. There she goes. Oh, ready for John. All right. Everybody ready? Awesome. Thank you. Put it back the same time.
Mike's got the best looking mustache.
All right, put a foot on it. There you go. Look up.
You don't look so not comfortable.
Does he?
How's that bad shoulder? Yeah.
All right, go ahead and pick
Hands
something
on
up.
that, bring it up above my head.
Show it to us. Mike's still coming.
A little longer shoulder.
This is good. Look up. Oh, don't lose your balance. Okay, go ahead and dig. Bring it up. Show us what you got. We got one more coming. Two more.
You got, there you go.
All right. All right. All right, go ahead. Put your foot on your shovel. Okay, go ahead and dig something up. Show us what you got. Uh-oh. Oh, we're waiting. There you go. This is the last photo, right? Yeah, you can throw the dirt at us if you want. Yeah, we're done. Have some fun. Thank you.